Hi, my name is Maya and welcome to the Emilie Tinks knitting podcast, where I share all my thoughts, process and other random stuff about all things fiber related, but mostly knitting. So today I'm coming to you from, it depends. On this side is France and on this side is Switzerland, so I'm coming to you from the border. No, really, I'm coming to you from the French-speaking part of Switzerland because I am much closer from Switzerland than from France. And yeah, I'm currently in the middle of the lake. So I am, on my stand-up paddle, and I decided to take advantage of the glorious day and the fact that it is finally summer here in Switzerland, or in France. Yeah, so I wanted to film a very short and sweet episode before I get my wisdom teeth removed tomorrow. So I figured, why not do it on the lake? So yeah, it's gonna be pretty short because I don't have a lot of stuff with me for obvious reasons. And yeah, I have only one work in progress, which should be finished really, but it's not because reasons. And I have one work in progress. And I think if we have some time at the end of the episode, we're going to browse through my saved post on Instagram, but specifically the folder where I saved the summer tops. So yeah, since we're gonna have a little bit less knitting content than usual, maybe it was time to share a little bit more inspiration. And yeah, my arm hurts. This is pretty heavy. So I'm going to set you up on the board somewhere, probably here. Hoping that the camera doesn't fall in the lake. It's filming. I can't really see the screen, so I think I'm in frame. I don't know. We are probably going to get a few distractions because there are a lot of boats around me, obviously. This lake is not mine, unfortunately. And I am right next to the entrance of the parking for the boats. I don't know how it's called in English. The harbor? I don't know. And yeah, so there are quite a lot of boats passing by, and also there is the airport that's, you can't really see, but yeah, basically a lot of planes are going on top of me also. So yeah, probably gonna have a few distractions, but we'll have to do with it. Yeah, so let's get started. So the first thing I'm gonna show you is a work in progress that should have been done, but it's not because, yeah, reasons again. So here it is. It's a little bit scrunched because it was in the bag, but you can already see the drape. Wow! Oh, there is a boat coming in my direction. And there are a lot of people on it. Anyway, so yeah, this is a self-drafted camisole that I'm knitting with Knitting for Olive Pure Silk in the colorway Rhubarb Juice. And this is my second ball. And yeah, you probably remember from last episode, if you saw that one, I said I would finish it in 2 days, and I could, but I decided to, basically I just finished the first ball when I was like probably here, which would have been a pretty cute crop length. But I had bought the second ball and I had just started it, and I was like, oh, I don't want to have 90% of a ball left, so I'm just going to knit it like full length, just because I have yarn. And I just didn't want to have too many leftovers, so yeah, that's the main reason why I decided to go for longer than I initially wanted. It's because I had yarn. So this is like, I just blocked it yesterday, and I knit it until I blocked it when it was at this marker here. So no, it was coming exactly at my belly button, maybe 1 or 2 centimeters below, which was a little bit short if I wanted to tuck it inside the high-waisted bottom. So I figured I would need maybe 2 more centimeters, which I'm doing currently. And I also decided to change things up a bit for the bottom hem, because at the top here, I didn't even describe the construction. This is top down, and I basically cast on the whole circumference of the body, And then I need short rows to form the front, to shape the front. I have no idea if you can see anything. And then I knit in the round straight without any shaping for the waist. And then I picked up the cast on edge and I knit a folded over hem on the whole side. And I did a little detail. Can you see anything? I did decreases here on this corner and increases here. I folded it and then I did the opposite on the inside so that I would get a nice shape that will follow exactly the contour of the thing. It's better on the picture. I took a picture before blocking, so you can see how it lays on my body. So I did a folded over hem for the top, and I usually do folded over hems for the bottom too. But this time I was like, I'm gonna do it differently, which is a pretty bad call because it would have mirrored perfectly the top. But for some reason I decided to change it up. So what I did is, or rather what I'm doing, because this is not done yet, I cast on one stitch for every stitch at the bottom, and then I started doing double knitting. And there is a pretty, yeah, this one's doing a little bit too much noise, I think. We're gonna have to pause. Alright, that was a sailboat, but there is no wind today. What are you doing? Yeah, so I was saying, so I cast on one stitch for every stitch, and then I started knitting the edge, the bottom edge, with double knitting. And it's taking ages, which is probably why it's not done yet. I also went down a couple needle sizes. I knit the whole body in 3mm needles. And I'm doing the double knitted hem in 2.5mm, which is super small, and it's pretty hard on the hands, but I think it will be worth it. Can you even tell? I don't know. I think it looks nice. I have no idea what I'm doing. Yeah, so I'm probably going to insert some B-rolls of me wearing the finished thing, because I think tonight it's gonna be done, and I think I can insert that in the video before I publish it. So we're probably gonna have a collab with the future Maya, editing Maya, that's going to insert something where you can see what it looks like when it's worn, and also when it's tucked inside the high-waisted bottom, as I intend to wear it. But also, since it's longer, I can probably also wear it with the lower rise bottoms, which is pretty nice. I don't have a lot of tops that go really lower than the smaller part of my waist, so it's gonna be a good one. I'm happy that I got a lot of yarn this time. I mean, I usually have, but I usually also decide not to use the yarn. But basically, it's just because I barely started the new ball that I decided to knit this for longer. Otherwise, I wouldn't. I'm realizing there is so little reason sometimes for my decisions in my knitting. It's just pure luck, pure chance. Hi. Editing Maya, hamster face, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I just wanted to add, because I finished this guy and I have done a little steam block. Wow, it's difficult to talk. Sorry. I did a little steam block, and the sewn bind off I did on the double knitted hem looks kind of messy. I don't know, it's not very neat, but I only did a steam block, so maybe wet block can solve this. But I think the folded over hem, where I really knitted, then did a purl row, and then knitted again, and then sewn the stitches, looks a lot better. So I need to wet block again to see if I can get the double knit hem to be as tidy as the other one. And if I can, then good, and I don't have to do anything. But if I cannot, and it still looks messy, I think I will have to undo the sewn bind off, undo the double knitting. It took ages. And then do a folded over hem the same way I did at the top part. So I hope I won't, because yeah, it took so long. It's literally like 5 o'clock, I think. And this morning, yeah, I went to the surgery. I edited the podcast and I did this for the whole day. On top of feeling unwell because of the hamster face, but yeah. I just hope the blocking will solve the unevenness. Hi. That's how I weave my ends with a silk. Anyway, we'll see that, but probably in the next episode then. So I don't know if this is finished yet or not. We shall see. My main concern is that the camera is probably going to overheat at some point. So I'm trying to be quite quick so that it doesn't happen too fast, but I am also overheating, so I think I'm just going to... I just put my feet in the water and it's so cold. Can I show you? Yeah, so my second work in progress is a new cast on. I had only the swatch last time, but I didn't even show it, so here's the swatch. Oh, that's the big boat. Wait. Can you see it? That's the big boat that crosses the lake, and it takes people from France to Switzerland every like 30 minutes or so, and that's him. Okay, one boat just passed behind me and there is another one coming from the front, and this one is big and is going fast, so we're gonna get some wave action. I just hope the camera won't get thrown into the water. Oh, it's the police! Hi! I think I'm too far from the shore. Are they gonna come to me or not? We're good. They didn't stop. They didn't arrest me because I'm too far from the shore. Alright, so I was saying, I can show you the swatch. Here it is. And this is knit with Tynn Line from Sanders Garn, and it's my first time trying it, and it's gorgeous! I mean, I knew a lot of people were talking about it, so I figured it would be nice. But it's, yeah, just as nice as the pure silk, actually. And yeah, I'm super happy. The colorway is a number. I don't know which one. Yeah, so what I cast on is a very similar shape than the latest finished object I showed you in the latest episode, which is this camisole with the triangular cups, but very shallow. And oh, the waves the police made are coming, so sorry for the action. I hope you're not seasick. Please stay. Alright, we're good. Yeah, so it's the same shape at the top, almost, because I wasn't exactly happy with the placement of the straps on the front. I wanted them to be... I need to turn. That's better. Alright, I wanted to place them a little bit more far apart, to the outside. And to do that, I needed to change the placement of the increases. Basically, I needed to increase less on the outside and more on the inside. So I couldn't make symmetrical cups anymore. So I actually did a little drawing with an Excel sheet I can show you, so that it would be easier to keep track. And I wanted to keep the same shape for the back because I liked it as it was. On the first sample I did it exactly the same for the front and the back. But since I had a different positioning for the front and the back, it was tricky to end up with the same amount of stitches with the correct depth, with difference increase rates on both front and back. Yeah, it was a mess, basically. It was a lot more complicated than the first sample, which I could just do like on a whim without really thinking about it. But yeah, this one was a lot more preparation, but I managed. So I knit all my 4 cups. And in the first sample, so here they are. You cannot see a lot. In the first sample, I also saw that I probably needed some bust darts at the front. I don't have a lot of bust, obviously, but I figured for this exact type of garment, I probably could knit some. So I decided to add some. Again, I did it on a whim. I just added some short rows on the sides here. I think I added 5 pairs, so 10 rows spaced by 3 stitches, something like that. And it worked super well. I mean, it looked completely fine, but I couldn't really try it on because I didn't have a lot of fabric yet. So I continued knitting, and I did the increases approximately the same way I did for the first sample, except for the first one I placed them all on the side, and then it gave me a weird trapezoidal shape, which I didn't want it this time, so I also placed some in the middle, on the front and on the back. I had to do a lot of thinking. I was pretty proud of what I had done, and then I realized I had done the short rows on the back. Because since this new sample had different shaping for the front and on the back, it actually mattered on which side I put the short rows, so they were definitely on the back. And I tried it on just to see, and it looked terrible. So yeah, I had to rip back almost everything. You probably saw that if you follow me on Instagram. It was a bummer, but yeah, at the same time, it pretty much happens all the time. The pink camisole I just showed you is probably... No, that's not true. I had to unravel it 2 times. So no, it happens all the time. Whenever I'm knitting, it doesn't actually make a difference if I'm knitting from an existing pattern or if I'm just winging it by myself. I always have to rip back at some point. So that was it for this one. But it wasn't too much, so it was fine. And I can actually show you. I had almost finished the skein, the 50-gram skein, but I didn't want it to like unravel by hand and like wind the yarn on top of the almost collapsed and finished skein. So I just used my winder to wind from the center of the almost finished collapsing skein to make a little tidy ball. So that's what my Tynn Line is looking like. Pretty unusual, but yeah, that's it. And yeah, so I did the short rows again, and they are placed on the front this time. I checked 600 times. So this is the front cups. You can't really tell anything, do you? Trust me, they are the front cups. And the short rows are here. The darts, probably can't see anything, are here. So yeah, I'm back on track. And I did the straps, but I haven't attached them because I think they are too short. And the thing is, I did again the trick where this time I used, I think, a tail that was 3 times my wingspan. So a lot of super long tail. And then I started the cast on for the cup, and then I knitted the cup. And then I used again a super long tail for the second front cup, cast on, and then did this. And I used the super long tail to knit the I-cord for the straps, so that I wouldn't have to add a new strand of yarn and weave in the 2 ends, one from the cast on and one from the I-cord strap. Yeah, I just hate weaving in ends, especially on summer garments with summer fibers. It's really a pain, I think, so yeah, I decided to do that. But apparently 3 times my wingspan was a little bit short, so yeah, I'm gonna have to block it and see if it's long enough. I'm not sure. It's probably going to stretch, I don't know, a lot of things can happen. Maybe it will be enough. We will see. But for now, that's what I have. So yeah, that's my second work in progress. And I didn't even told you the most important thing. This is not a camisole this time, it's a full dress. So I have 6 balls of the Tynn Line, and I'm planning to knit a dress. So I think I should have enough, I hope. And my plan is to do the increases on the body just as I did for the other camisole I made, and then put an elastic in the waistband inside the knitting. Probably I'll do some double knitting or something to channel the elastic inside, a very small elastic, like a thread type, you know, and maybe do 2 or 3 rounds so that it's a little bit sturdier, and then continue knitting directly from the top, the skirt of the dress. And I will probably do some increases so that it has a little bit of a flaring out shape, but not too many. I don't really want to have the same vibe as the skitter skirt. If you've been following me, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, it's my first design and it's currently in testing, and it's a skirt that is like skater style. So it's very flaring out. There are 2 different flares you can choose from. One is not too much and the other one is very flaring. But I don't want to do another one like that, so I probably won't do too many increases, and maybe a split hem at the bottom. I don't know. I will have to see, but yeah, we are pretty far from it for now. This is just the beginning, but yeah. As I have mentioned, I'm going to get my wisdom teeth removed tomorrow, the 2 that are left on the left. Yes, that's the left. So I'm probably going to be like dead for a few days. So the stockinette in the round is actually perfect, and I'm glad I catch the mistake of the bustards that were on the back before the surgery, so that I don't have to unravel and think about stuff like that when I'm dead from the surgery. So yeah, that's the plan, and I'm pretty happy I have something endless on the needle so that I can be pretty much settled for the next week or so. So yeah, that's it for this one, and there is some algae coming to me. Don't touch me! Ugh. Alright, so that's it for the knitting. Obviously I don't have anything else to show because I'm not at home and I don't have my stuff with me. So my plan was to do a little tower, I guess, of my saved post specifically for the summer tops on Instagram. My saved posts are pretty tidy. I usually go through them every few months and I just remove stuff I'm not interested in anymore, and I just keep track of, it's either patterns I would like to knit, or just stuff I find beautiful, or just inspiring or whatever, but it's not necessarily patterns I want to knit. I did a little tidy up just before this, so I don't have, as you can see, I don't have a whole lot, but still. So let's see, what do I have interesting? Oh yeah, this one is a Mooncrush. I love this reel. She's so beautiful. And yeah, I really like the super cropped look. I think it's really cool and nice. Oh yeah, I wanted to tell, if I don't say anything, it's because the pattern is size inclusive, and if it's not, I will mention it. Or if I don't know, I will also mention it. Probably. Not always. But yeah, if I don't say anything, it's size inclusive. Yeah, so this is the most recent one, so I don't really know what it is. It's just a cute t-shirt. Yeah, it's super simple and cute. I like the v-neck and the construction. Just looks simple and elegant and just easygoing, so yeah. Pretty like this one. Perfectly knotted. I have no idea if it's size inclusive or not. This one I really like, but yeah, Paula Strickt. She's German, so yeah. She's not size inclusive designer at all, so it's just hanging there because I like the vibe. But she's typically one of those designers that looks great in all the knitted outfits she makes, but then you don't really know if you are as beautiful as her and if you can really pull off the look just as the way she does. So I'm not sure if this is going to look as nice on me. I don't know, but it's beautiful. And oh, this one is amazing. This is a ribbed camisole. It's ribbing, but it's in a very drapey fabric, and look at the color. It's gorgeous. I just love the way it folds, and I love the little increases detailing. It's a little bit different than what you usually see in a ribbed camisole, and it's just so like different, but in a very subtle way. I really like it. I don't even know the name of the pattern. Sassyclassycroptop. Pretty accurate name. Oh, it's by Ann-Kathrin, so she's not the designer. So maybe it's as inclusive. Ann-Kathrin. Who is she? She's pregnant? I don't know. I will have to look it up. Probably editing Maya will give you some insight. 30k followers, and I don't know about her. Sorry guys, I live in a bubble. Yeah, so this one is absolutely beautiful. Now, what do I have? Oh, this one is a Tombo tee, and it's been on my to-knit list for so long, but I just can't find the time. But I really like it. And this is the same design, but it's, I think she tested it, and she did it a lot oversized compared to what the designer did, so handmade by Florence. And I just love the look. I'm definitely not as plumpy as her, so I'm not sure. This is typically the look that looks good on someone else, but it won't look good on me, I think. So, Erica, I love what you do, but I don't think I can pull it off. But I just keep this post in my saved because I love it. So yeah. And this one I'm gonna cast on probably in a few weeks. I have the yarn for it, it's ready, and I just want it so bad. Not size inclusive though. So next up, this is the Bella Notte blouse. I saved both posts because I like both short sleeves and long sleeves. It really looks so nice. She's so cute and beautiful in it. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it won't fit me. Again, I think the shoulders are not gonna work. So I'm just scared of trying because I think it won't work. This one is so cool. It's a Swirly by Caledonia Dreamin. She's a French designer. And it just looks so... I love the vibe. It's beautiful. This one is size inclusive. Bella Notte blouse, I don't know. I have to check. And then what do I have? Oh, this one is super cute. It's the Rizzo blouse. And I love this type of V-neck, but not a real V-neck. Like, it's in the garment, but you cannot see through. I just love this so much. I have a dress that I have worn for years and years and years, and I cannot wear it anymore because the V part is not in a stretchy fabric, and my shoulders got too big, so I can't wear it anymore, sadly. But yeah, it has been my most worn garment for a while. And I would love to make it in a knitted form, so maybe this one is a good contender. I think this designer is Poison Girl style, and I think she says inclusive. And of course, the legendary square neck camisole by I don't know her name. It's gonna be written there. I think it's something I cannot pronounce anyway. Oh no! Double boat and birds. No. Why are the birds following the boat? Yeah, obviously it's a... How do you say the guy that fishes the fish out of the water? A fisher? What? I'm having troubles. But yeah, obviously it's a fisher boat. Anyway, the square neck camisole that I don't know the name of the designer, but I think it's size inclusive, but I really want it. It's so beautiful. But yeah, again, haven't made it into my needles yet. So this one is the tie tank pattern. No, tie tank, just the tie tank by Hannah Singleton. No idea if it's size inclusive or not. But I think this one, I'm not a fan of the front. So I don't know. This one has been saved for a long time, but yeah, I'm just not sure about the front. So yeah, that's it for this one. This pattern I own, it's gorgeous, but I don't wear brass, so why would I need it? Which is a shame because it's beautiful and I have the pattern, but I literally would never use it. So that's the point. But I love it and I still keep it here just to remind myself. You can either knit it as a bralette or a camisole, but I'm not sure about the camisole with the bust darts. I think it looks a little bit too underwear garmenty, so I'm not sure I can pull it off. And the very first is, it's funny because it's actually very similar to the, to the most recent saved post, which is this one. I just discovered that with you. Looks very similar. So I guess my taste haven't changed too much. Alright, I think I need to stop because it's kind of the end of the day and there are a lot of boats and just planes passing by. So I think it's the end and I'm done with my saved post anyway. The message is I need to knit something like this because apparently I keep coming to it, so probably on the to knit list very soon. There is another boat. Alright, I had to paddle a little bit further because I was really in the middle of the path to get to the parking lot for the boats. And I remembered it's a fisherman, not a fisher or the guy that takes the fish out of the water, fisherman. Anyway, so I just wanted to add my cap is actually a pretty random, you know, those caps that are embroidered with LA thing. And the funny thing is that I actually bought this in LA, in the USA, when I was there. And I removed the embroidery so that I could embroider this, which basically says, "Go sit on a cactus." I just found it funny. So yeah, that's my cap. And so I think that's it for today. There are again some boats coming my way, so I'm gonna have to end it here. And this camera is heavy. So please enjoy the view behind me, the beautiful mountains. This lake is so unique because on this side you have the Alps that are going straight into the water. And on this side is Lausanne, which is the town where I live, which is right near the border of the lake. I mean, it's funny because this side is actually pretty ugly and the France side is gorgeous, and it's, yeah, we are lucky to be on the right side so that we have the nice view, because people in France have a pretty bad view on the lake. So I live on the right side. Anyway, so I'm gonna leave it here. I have no idea if I forgot anything or not because I don't have any notes, obviously. So I hope you enjoyed this pretty weird episode, and I will see you when I recover from the surgery. So probably 1 week, 2 weeks, I don't know. Thank you for watching, thank you for your support, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!